Welcome back to Bazzar Repairs. Okay, so what's in this box, you might add? Maybe you can see it. This is the Vantrue N2S dash cam. Okay, so I've been wanting to get a dash cam for a long time. I just haven't put the energy into doing the proper research, and finally I have. Now there's a bunch of dash cams out there, and this will be my first review, so I plan to review even more dash cams later in the future, and I know there's a lot of good companies out there, but the one that I chose first was the Vantrue Dual dash cam. Now I didn't go with the dash cam that had 3 cameras. This is just mainly going to be for capturing footage when I drive, and God forbid if I get in an accident. So we have the one facing out and the internal one facing in. So we're going to unbox this, set it up in my Jeep Cherokee, and we're going to see how that goes. It should go pretty well. We're also got a 256 gigabyte micro SD card that I'll be using to put in here. It's the Vantrue version. And then a Pro Car removal tool to help me get off some of the panels in my Jeep. So hopefully this all goes according to plan. Shouldn't be too bad. We're going to plug it into my cigarette lighter and see how that goes. All right, so let's get this thing unboxed, and then we'll get it set up in a Jeep Cherokee. All right, so let's get this unboxed. Really nice box, I might add. I like the design. Looks like it comes with a seal, so we know that it hasn't been tampered with. That's good. All right. Break that seal there, and let's lift open. Okay, oh, once again, really nice box. Let's lift open here. All right, so we got our manuals and goodies and things of that sort. Okay, hopefully we don't need that. Okay, let's see. So the actual device, mount. Start with the mount first. Okay. Really compact size mouse. Apparently the suction's pretty good. Okay, that's the mount. We'll be mounting that. The really good thing about this is that the power goes to the mount, and then from there it extends onto the device. That's really good engineering right there. Next is the extra long cable. So I'll open this up a little bit later when I'm in the car. So this gives us plenty enough length. Actually, why not? Why not? Let's open it now. This will give us plenty enough length to wire this around to the cigarette lighter. And from watching other videos, this thing's got a swivel that allows you to have an additional USB port there. Really cool. Last but not least is the device, and just from the box I can tell this thing is really small, which is exactly what I wanted. I was a little bit worried that this was going to be kind of big. A little bit worried this was going to be kind of big, and as you can or cannot tell, it is not that big. So I want to be able to hide this behind my rear view mirror, and it's looking like I can. Perfect. So this thing looks really cool. All right, now let's get this thing set up. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is just make sure my window is nice and clean. I don't think I've cleaned this thing in ages on the inside, at least. So in the area where you're going to mount, just make sure it's nice and clean. After Windex, use an alcohol wipe when it's time to mount, just to make sure there's no dirt and debris. That'll give you a better stick. Alright, just give it a nice wipe so everything's nice and clear. And like I said, right when it's time to mount, I'll use an alcohol pad or spray some alcohol on there. Okay. Got that all over. All right, cool.
nice and clean, just as I see. I'm probably gonna be mounting right about here, and then I'm gonna be wiring it through this little plastic piece, up along the top, down, around through the floor, into the cigarette lighter. All right, so let's plug it in and see if let's see if the device actually powers on when we go into the cigarette lighter. Cigarette lighter lights on. Awesome. Turn that down. Alright, so it wants month and date and all of that. We'll get that set up in a minute. I just wanted to make sure this thing works. I saw the internal camera work, and then we'll set the date and time and all that in a minute. But the device works, so I can go ahead and set the mount, or actually just kind of leave a little leeway here where the mount's going to go, and then let's start the process of getting this thing wired, tucked in very nicely. All right, let's see if we can get this thing wired up. So let's untangle this. All right, now I got all these little tools here that can help get some of these things, some of these panels off, and some you can probably just do by hand, like this one. So I know that I'm going to be docking the station around here, so I'll just start to slowly get this up and in there, which is cool. I'm glad I don't have to pull this off. All right, so that was easy. And I might be able to just tuck this in with my hand, which would be fantastic. But so far, it's moving a lot faster than I thought. All right. That's actually up in there pretty good. I'm gonna move the camera so you guys can see this other angle here. So I may use this now to kind of, if you have to pull the whole panel off, that's fine. Just kind of loosen it a little bit. It should come off. And these won't cause any scratches, what they say. Where'd you go? All right, I'm gonna get another one. So that panel I got off, and it is just all clips. I'm just gonna slide this here. Use this to kind of stick the wires in deeper. Stuff it in there. All right. this one down through the other end. Which probably make a little more sense, so I'm gonna have it wrapped down. Right through this side. Just work it in nice and slow. No need to rush it. Okay, I got this one in on the side, how I like it. Now I just need to pull this side panel off to get it down and then around. This is actually going a little quicker than I thought. So I'll move the camera back over here so you guys can see. We'll stuff this up a lot better once I get it in the area I want. This one I'm not too worried about because it's already got plenty enough slack. I just want to make sure the side is nice and snug. Okay, so we'll just kind of move this. Let's see if we can get this panel off. Alright, I got that where I want. I'm just going to slide that along the side. Like so. Alright. Now it can come right along inside here. So, because this is pretty much how I want it and everything looks good, I can start locking this panel back up. Because everything is nice and snug. Lock you back in. First needs to. So if you bend, just don't break. All right, that looks good. All right. Looks good to me. Let's get this panel back on. All right. Nice and snug, can't even see the wires at all. Okay, I just want to make sure I got a little more slack up top. Perfect. All right, let's start the wiring area at the bottom. Okay, final step will be to wrap it around here. This is when I go full prone. Helps to be a little flexible if you need to. This is where I go head first, and around. I call this the head down and around. And just get it nice and snug all the way around this area where it's not going to fall. Right along the side. Now because we're going to have extra slack,
can stuff any of the extra wire right along the side here. You can use a wire tie if you want a nice flawless cable harness. Alright, as you can see, that's the end there. So I'm just going to run this right along the base side and then plug it in right there. I may even stick it underneath this panel, which I probably will. Alright, pretty easy. I mean, look at that. You can't see no wires. Not too bad. Okay, let's get this last bit of wire uncovered. Or covered up, I'm sorry. Let's see if one of these tools work really good, by the way. I'm just so used to using my hands. And you don't want to pinch the wire so much that it's... I might have to remove this panel. Let's see. I may not. Let's kind of get that one in. Let's see. Just want to be able to bend it out a little. Alright, perfect. This is where that tool comes in very handy. I'm able to bend it. Bend and slide, bend and slide, bend and slide. Bend and slide, bend and slide it. Look at that. Alright, I'll let you guys see that. So it's perfect. I have just enough slack to plug this in to my cigarette lighter without having to show any wires. So let's actually make it look not too bad here. We'll do it like this. Perfect. And then you have the little slider as well for the additional USB. Now if you really want to get slick, you can plug this into your ODB. You'll get the kit for the ODB or the battery, which is actually pretty cool. Then you wouldn't see anything. You can wire it along the driver's side into the ODB. But I'm fine. I don't even use the cigarette lighter, so it's going to be pretty cool to just have there. Alright, so as you guys can see, okay, no wires, nothing along the side that you can see. Nothing's going to come out. Right along up through there. I already snapped everything back in place. And then back up through the top. I'll just make sure I snap that, get that area back. It's not sticking out at all. And then right along the top, we're good. And I'll re-put, this is still sticking out here. I'm gonna just wire that back through here again. And then we're good. But right now, I'm gonna actually mount the piece. So let me get my alcohol wipe and we'll get that done. Alright, I already cleaned it with alcohol earlier because I tried to mount it, not knowing you have to twist this thing to the right. Just make sure it's nice and clean. So I thought it was like an adhesive sticky, and it's not. So apparently you stick this here and then twist it to the right. Let me just loosen this a little bit. Okay, so it says you just stick it here. I want to make sure that that reaches when I do this, so it should be good here. We'll place it. Actually, let's let that completely dry off first. Still got a little alcohol on there. All right, should be nice and ready to go now. So let's put it just like so, and then we're gonna move toward this. This is supposed to twist to the right. Okay, it's not turning. Let me see. Okay, it might already be locked in. Let me actually see if I can get this thing to turn here. So mine, once again, this thing was supposed to turn like so. It's not. Oh, there we go. Okay, it must have already been turned. Okay, here we go. Okay, now let's put you down there and then turn you. Let's get you. I want it a little bit right there and then turn you till it clicks. Perfect. All right, now we got a nice snug fit there. I want it even as possible, so let's just that OCD kicking in, wants to be a little more even. All right, there we go. All right, so look at that. Wire looks pretty good, very minimal. Let's get the device in. And this just slides in like so. All right, got that clicked in really nice. And then I'm not gonna fully tighten because I want to adjust. All right, but look at that. That looks fantastic. Be sure to remove the tape here. I don't think there's any, yeah, I think there's some tape on the camera as well there. Get both of those off. We'll get the thing powered on and set up. We'll set the date and then we'll run it through and I'll show you guys what it looks like. And one more thing, don't forget to put your micro SD card in. I almost forgot that. So it's gonna go right on the right side. Let's see if I can get it right the first time. Let me see if it slides in this way. Perfect. All right. All right, now we can get it powered on. Okay, now that the car's on, let's just go through the menu here. Just need to get my phone also I can get the time. All right, so the buttons are all up top. You can see OK, left, right, and power button. Also, the button on the very left is if you want to save anything. So like I said, it's still loose now. Let's do English. Let's get the date, March 13th. So, okay, you can move up and down. So I guess I'll just hit OK. Swing you over to 13, 20, 21. Awesome. Okay. And let's do the time is going to be 9:25. A little confused at that. Miles per hour is fine. It's gonna do a little reboot. Look at that. Look at my face. So cool. I can adjust it there and see how that's looking. I think I like it right there. Just lock that in. Oops. Then I bumped it. Okay. I like that. Make sure it's nice and tight. Looks good. So it's my garage there. That's my big old head, and that's my camera, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, say hi. Oh, hi. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. I'm not going to go through all the settings. You guys, there's plenty of videos that do that. What I'm going to do is drive around. Alright, this is me driving down Angeles Crest Highway in California. This is the front facing camera obviously, and it looks pretty darn good to me. I really like it. So just wanted to go over a couple things that this thing has. It has the IR night vision, which works really well. Parking mode, which can detect like if somebody crashes into your car. You will need a separate connector for that, so be aware for that. That'll go into the ODB, I believe, or a battery. It supports up to 256 gigabytes, and the mount that this one came with is actually GPS enabled. So there's actually you'll see on the bottom of the footage you have, it'll show the GPS coordinates, date, and time. So I'm just going to switch over here in a second just to the internal camera in the daylight, and it looks pretty good. See that big old head drinking some coffee? That's me. So with that said, I really like this product. Vantrue is one of the best out there. I know there's a lot of other good dash cams, but this is the one I chose, and I hope to review some more later on. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video today, you guys. I really appreciate you guys. If you can, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.